Hi, it's Jack from CodeWiz. This time, I'll be showing you how you can make your very own Roblox obby in no time. The first step to creating an obby is getting to your Roblox account homepage. Go to roblox.com and you'll end up here. Then, click the Create button at the top of the webpage and click the green Create New Game button. Then, go to Basic Settings and name it whatever you'd like. I'll name it Obby. I'll also make the description Obby. Make the genre adventure because that's what an obby is. Go to access, and with playable devices, I'll put console on because I want console players to be able to use my game. You'll just have to click agree here. Turn your maximum player count down to 10 if you're making a smaller obby, and you can leave it up if you're making a bigger one. Keep server fill on the default, and do not allow private servers for this basic game. Go to advanced settings, and keep it all how it is. Then, just go to Create Game and click it. Now you can see we have Obby here, and I'll meet you at the next step. Now, you want to go to your page and click the Edit button. You'll want to click Open Roblox. If the Open Roblox prompt doesn't come up, that's okay. You'll just have to install Roblox. Since I already have it installed because I've played Roblox before, I've got it. Now, Roblox Studio will load, and you'll have the new window here. This right here is actually your place. This is where we'll build the obby. The first thing we want to do with our obby is create a platform for people to spawn on when they go into the world. The controls for the editor are using W, A, S, and D to move forward, backwards, left, and right, and using the right click button to look around. Now, let's click on this part button right here, and a little block will spawn in front of us. Over on the right, scroll down to where it says Anchored and click it. This means that it won't move by itself. Then click on the scale button up here, just like that, and make it a bit bigger. This is where all the people that play our game will spawn, so we want it to be fairly big so we can fit multiple people. This should be pretty good. Now we'll make our obby extend outwards. Let's change its color off of this boring gray. Go to the brick color box on the right and select any color you'd want. I'll do some gold. Then, set the material to whatever you'd like. You can set it to something like neon, where it'll really glow, or pebble, where you'll see a bunch of pebbles. I'll keep it on the standard plastic for now. Let's give ourselves a spawn point, so everybody who joins the game can spawn in the same location. First, go up to View and click Toolbox. Then, search up Spawn. Go to Neutral Spawn and drag it in. Then we can scale it down to fit. Perfect. Let's head on to the next step. Let's start with the first obstacle of our obby. First, search up Death in the toolbox. Drag in the death block. This way, when people touch this, they'll reset and go back to the spawn. Then, let's extend it out for the length of our entire obstacle. We can now go to Model, and then go to Part, and make some little jumps that people can go on. It's actually very simple. If you're done with a model, just do Control C and Control V. It makes another one that you can just drag to the next spot. This is going to be a very, very simple obstacle here. Just like that. Now, we can copy the original spawn location and paste it down. Move it to right at the end of that obstacle. We'll need to make it so that's a checkpoint. So, search up Obby Spawn in the toolbox. You can see Obby checkpoints, the first thing that comes up. So put it there and make it a bit smaller. Now, when people go over this, they'll always spawn there. Let's make it so that when people fall off, they can actually fall through the world. Go to the Explorer up here, click on Base Plate, and then just click the Delete key on your keyboard. Now, the entire obby is floating in midair, so if somebody jumps off, they don't just fall onto the base plate. Next, let's use a new part, the sphere. Go to Part, click the little drop down below it, and then click Sphere. Move it right in front of the obby. Click the Move tool on the model, and then move it to exactly where you'd like. Now we can copy and paste to make it really, really easy to jump between them. So copy and paste, move it, copy and paste. Let's just create a little obstacle course with these objects. If you want to test it, just go to the Test tab and click Play. Now, it'll load you in your own game, and we can try and play. You can see if we fall off, we die, and then we respawn right where we were. Let's try and do this. Okay, now we've touched this spawn. It's time to do the circles now. If you ever find that you've placed the circles too far apart, or any other object, just click stop, and then restart it. We've gotten to the top, and uh-oh, I fell. That's okay though, because we put the checkpoint in. So when I respawn, I'll respawn exactly where I should be, right here. Now that we're done with that, let's make a new checkpoint. Just drag out a new one from the toolbox. Very, very simple. Use the arrows that you're given to move it around. Just like this. Perfect. You can see that now we end the obby with all the spheres and then jump right into the checkpoint. Let's change the color of this one though. If you go to brick color, you can just click on it and I'll make this one yellow. I'll even make the material neon so it really pops out to everybody. Let's get a part to put under it so there can be a base. Go to Model, Part, go to the drop down, click Block, and there'll be a little block right there, just for you. Move it down to the bottom of the checkpoint. We'll go to the Scale button, and we'll scale it out to include the entire block. Boom, just like that. Now we have a very simple checkpoint. Next, let's make a block that fakes you out. On the toolbox, search up Fall Through, right here. Then grab the Fall Through block. We can scale this and make it fairly big. Just like that. Let's grab a part. This is the block that we won't be able to fall through. We'll scale this up and move it. One of these blocks will be able to be fallen through. The other won't. This will make it so that the player has to figure out which one's which. We can even trick them a little bit by making one green, the bad one, and one red, which will be the good one. So let's just do that right now. You can see this could really, really trick somebody. Let's try to get the dimensions proper. We'll try to make them equal between both so they look right. There we go. You can see this one has the little studs on the bottom, but that's okay because nobody's going to see them. There we go. Let's copy and paste the little block here to the end. I'm actually going to change it off of neon because it looks a bit obnoxious. Let's make it glass. That looks pretty subdued. Control C and Control V to copy. Then we can just move it right to the end. Since we don't want them to both be the same color because they're different spawns, let's make it a slightly different color. Not too different, but different enough where it's definitely very noticeable. The user will definitely have to guess which one to jump on before they go to the end. This adds to the fun of it. This is the part where you can really branch out and make any of the obstacles that you want in your obby. For me, since this is a tutorial, I'm just going to finish it up and then I'll show you how to publish it. First, make sure everything in your obby is anchored. This means hitting Control A to select everything, going to the sidebar, scrolling down, and making sure Anchored is checked. Anchored means that parts won't fall and gravity won't affect them. Next, it's time to publish your creation. Go to File, Publish to Roblox As, and click Update Existing Game. Then, click on your obby. Click on Obby and Overwrite. Now it's published and we can go to our browser window. Click on this little gear and click Configure Game. Then, make it public and click Save. Go to Places and then click on this Obby. Now, if you need to click play, you can just do that. Roblox loads, it's going to create a server just for us, joins the server, and then bam. Anybody can join this game now. To make Roblox obbies, do 3D printing, play Minecraft, and even more, check out CodeWiz's summer camps at thecodewiz.com. I hope you learned something in this video. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on CodeWiz.